If today you have difficulty squatting, getting up from a chair, or maintaining balance, the problem is not age, it's the loss of strength that was never trained. This weakness doesn't appear suddenly. It develops gradually, silently. First, you avoid bending down, then you start needing support to stand up, and before you realize it, your own body becomes a limitation. What many people don't know is that this loss of functional capacity has a name: sarcopenia. It is the progressive degeneration of muscle mass and strength, which begins to appear from the age of 40, even in people considered healthy. And most concerning is that, according to the European Working Group on Sarcopenia in older people, this condition can double the risk of falls, loss of independence, and even mortality in older adults. But here's the most important point: this is not an inevitable sentence. The science is clear. Strength and mobility training not only slows this process but can significantly reverse it. Studies published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine show that simple abilities, such as getting up from the floor without support, maintaining balance on one leg, or performing squats without assistance, are indicators of longevity even more relevant than blood pressure or body mass index. And that's exactly why today I want to show you exercises that can transform your body from the inside out. Exercises that not only increase your strength but also restore confidence. That not only improve your movements but also your quality of life. And the best part, you don't need a gym, machines, or complicated routines. You just need your own body, consistency, and a few minutes a day. Exercise number 1, the squat. The squat is the most natural movement for humans. It is a skill we learn in childhood and one we should never lose throughout life. It is present in simple actions like sitting, standing up, picking something up from the floor, and even regaining balance when we trip. But over the years and with a sedentary lifestyle, many people stop practicing this movement. And when they stop using it, the body simply forgets how to do it correctly. This loss leads to stiffness in the knees, back pain, and a lack of stability when walking. But the good news is that this movement can be regained regardless of your age or how long you've gone without exercising. Now you will learn how to do this safely, right from your home. First, grab a sturdy chair, preferably without wheels and not too low. Place it behind you, with the backrest against the wall to ensure it doesn't move. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart and your toes slightly pointed outward. Lightly rest your hands on the back of the chair or on a sturdy table in front of you, just for balance, not to push the movement. Now begin the movement by slowly lowering yourself as if you were going to sit down. The most important point here is to start the movement by pushing your hips back, not by pushing your knees forward. Imagine that you are pushing your glutes backward. Keep your chest upright and your gaze forward. If you feel like you might lose balance, lightly support yourself, but don't drop down abruptly. When your glutes just touch the chair, pause for a second, lightly contract your core and thighs, and slowly stand back up using your leg strength, not your arms. Do everything calmly. If at first you can only lower yourself a little, that's completely fine. The most important thing is control, not depth. Over time, you will notice that you can go lower with more stability. Do between 3 and 4 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions, resting 45 seconds to 1 minute between each set. If you feel more tired on a given day, do less, but maintain good form. When you feel more confident, try performing the movement without touching the chair, lowering only until you feel tension in your legs and then standing back up. This exercise activates the glutes, quadriceps, core, and postural muscles, improves circulation, increases strength, and restores confidence in your movements. And when you practice for a few minutes every day, you begin to feel your body respond again, your legs become stronger, and your balance improves. Remember, every well-executed squat doesn't just strengthen your muscles, it also strengthens your independence. Now let's move on to exercise number 2, push-ups. Many people associate push-ups with youth, strength, or intense training, but in reality, they are much simpler than they seem. They are a natural movement, pushing. And if you can push a door, then you can already begin. There is even an interesting fact. A study from Harvard University showed that men who could do more than 40 push-ups had up to a 96% lower risk of developing heart disease over the next 10 years. And most importantly, you don't need to reach 40, you just need to start. Now imagine this: you are standing at home facing a wall. You take a small step back, place your hands at chest height, take a deep breath, and slowly move closer by bending your elbows with control. Then push your body back, exhaling. What you just did is already a push-up. It doesn't matter if it's not on the floor or if it's not perfect, what matters is that you are activating your muscles and sending a clear signal to your body, I'm still here. When this version becomes easy, you can progress. Instead of the wall, use a sturdy table or the edge of a bed. Place your hands, lean your body, and repeat the movement. Now the intensity increases, but it's still safe. Over time, as your strength improves, you can try doing them on the floor, supporting your knees on a mat, keeping your arms firm, your spine aligned, and lowering yourself in a controlled manner. It doesn't matter if at first you can only do 2 or 3 repetitions, your body is relearning. And if one day you find yourself doing full push-ups with your feet supported like before, celebrate. But never forget, the most important thing is not the level of difficulty, it's consistency. In all these variations, you are working your chest, shoulders, and arms, but you are also activating something even more important, your core, the center of your body, which acts like a natural belt protecting your spine. And you will notice this in your daily life when getting up from the couch more easily, carrying groceries with less effort, and feeling your body respond like it used to. It's not about competing or pushing yourself too hard. It's about reconnecting with your body, remembering that you are still capable, that even as the years pass, your strength is still there, just waiting for you to decide to use it again. One push-up a day may seem like little, but it's much more than a simple exercise. It's a statement, a decision. It's your way of saying, I don't give up. And believe it, that's the first step toward a stronger, more stable, and more alive body. Now let's move on to exercise number 3, piriformis stretch. There is a small muscle, hidden deep in the hip region, that many people have never heard of, but it can completely change how you walk, sleep, and even how you feel when sitting. This muscle is called the piriformis. And despite being small, when it becomes tight, it can cause major problems. Just beneath it runs the sciatic nerve, one of the longest and most sensitive nerves in the human body. When the piriformis tightens or hardens, it can compress this nerve like a clamp, causing symptoms such as burning, tingling, pain radiating down the leg, and even numbness. The worst part is that many people don't even realize that the problem comes from there. They believe it's something in the spine or simply part of aging, but it's not. Studies published in the Journal of Orthopedic Science show that up to 17% of lower back pain cases not originating in the vertebrae are related to piriformis stiffness. That's why this exercise is so important. And the best part, it doesn't require intense physical effort or equipment. Just a bit of attention and the decision to release tension you've been building up for years. To do it, sit on a comfortable chair with your spine upright and your feet flat on the floor. Cross your right ankle over your left knee, forming a 4 shape with your legs. From there, lean slightly forward without rounding your back. Don't force it. The goal is not to go far, but to feel the stretch deep in the hip. You may feel a slight tension or even immediate relief. Stay in this position for 30 to 60 seconds, breathing slowly. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. With each exhale, allow your body to relax a little more. Then switch sides. If this position is difficult, you can do it lying down, lie on your back, cross one leg over the other, and bring both toward your chest, holding behind your thigh. The effect is the same, only the position changes. This exercise goes far beyond a simple stretch. It restores mobility to the hip, relieves pressure on the sciatic nerve, and helps the lower back relax. It may seem like a gentle movement, and it is, but it's extremely powerful, especially for those who spend many hours sitting, have lost mobility, or feel stiffness when walking. Over time, you will notice the difference: lighter steps, better balance, less pain when waking up, and more freedom in movement. If you could choose just one exercise to start with, this would be one of the most important, because by freeing the hip, you free the entire body. Now let's move on to exercise number 4, shoulder press with dumbbells or even water bottles. There is a part of the body we almost always ignore until we feel pain, the shoulders. And it's no coincidence. They are one of the most mobile and at the same time most vulnerable joints in the body. They are responsible for lifting your arms, carrying objects, reaching overhead, and even maintaining an upright posture. Over the years, shoulder strength decreases without us noticing. It starts with slight discomfort when getting dressed or lifting something simple, and before you realize it, basic tasks begin to require more effort than they should. It's not about competing or pushing yourself too hard. It's about reconnecting with your body, remembering that you are still capable, that even as the years go by, your strength is still there, just waiting for you to decide to use it again. One push-up a day may seem like little, but it's much more than just an exercise. It's a statement, a decision. It's your way of saying, I don't give up. And believe it, this is the first step toward a stronger, more stable, and more alive body.